Dear students, in this section we are going to discuss about electric flux. Let us consider uniform electric field. What is the uniform electric field? You can observe here this is the uniform electric field. Why? Because electric field lines are parallel, first point, and second point. Electric field lines are equally spaced. So we call this electric field is uniform electric field. Correct? Now let us place a rectangular surface in the path of electric field lines like this. You can observe this surface is having area A, this rectangular surface is having area A, and you can say the area vector of this surface and electric field is parallel, or you can say the surface is perpendicular to the electric field. The number of the lines per unit area, we call this term as the electric field line density. You know, this term electric field line density is proportional to the magnitude of electric field. So here we can write here rho is proportional to E. This rho is electric field line density. Let us multiply this term electric field line density with area of the surface. Let us write this term electric field line density multiplied by area. This area is capital A. So let us multiply capital A on the both side of this equation. So this equation will become rho multiplied by A proportional to E multiplied by A. Here rho is equal to number of the field lines per unit area and we multiplied by area. So this term rho multiplied by A will become number of the electric field lines. So here we can say total number of the field lines penetrating the surface is proportional to product E multiplied by A. This product, that the magnitude of electric field, that is E, and surface area A, which is perpendicular to the electric field, is called the electric flux. We call E multiplied by A is electric flux. So here we can write flux is proportional to number of the field lines divided by area and multiplied by A. This area is nothing but perpendicular area. This is perpendicular to the electric field. So here we can cancel out area with the area like this, and now we left with the term number of electric field lines. What we can say? Electric flux is proportional to number of the electric field lines penetrating some surface. Let us generalize this case. Let us place now same rectangular surface but not perpendicular to the electric field but inclined certain angle with the electric field lines. Let us call this surface S and area A. Let us make this surface again, and you know electric field is horizontal here. This is E and area vector is perpendicular to the surface. So we can make the area vector like this, and let us define this angle is theta. We define equation phi equal to E perpendicular multiplied by A. E perpendicular was nothing but electric field component perpendicular to the area vector. And here you can observe this surface is not perpendicular to the electric field. So one thing we can do, we can make the projection of this area on the vertical plane. In this way, that vertical projected area will become perpendicular to the electric field lines. So let us make the vertical projection of this surface like this. You can observe this is the vertical projection. You can say this angle, about this angle, let us discuss first. You can observe here, that is the area vector, here is making angle theta with the horizontal, and area vector and surface both are perpendicular. That means the surface should make angle theta with the vertical. That's why we have written this angle as theta. So now come to the main point. Let us make this projection on the vertical plane separately. This is the vertical projection of surfaces. Let us call this area vector as AV. That is projection of A on vertical plane. We have made the vertical projection and we know this angle is theta and this area is A. So this area should be equal to A cos theta. Now we made the vertical projection. Let us come to the horizontal projection. Horizontal projection, here you can observe here, this will be the horizontal projection. Let us make this horizontal projection separately like this. Okay. and this is the direction of the area vector, because area vector is perpendicular to the surface, so it is in the upward direction. So let us write this as a horizontal projection, and magnitude of this horizontal projection should be equal to, this is A, this angle is theta, so this is equal to A sin theta. Now let us make this whole diagram separately. Observe the horizontal projection of this area, that is A sin theta here, and we can say no lines are crossing this surface. That means the flux associated with this surface should be 0, this flux. Now come to the vertical projection. Here is the vertical projection. You can observe here this area is A cos theta and electric field is E. So according to our simple definition, flux equal to E perpendicular multiplied by A. So here we can say this flux, that is the flux passing through this vertical projection, should be equal to EA cos theta. Now we know total electric field lines crossing any surface is proportional to the flux. And here we can simply observe the number of lines crossing this inclined surface and number of the lines crossing the vertical projections are equal. Okay, so we can say the flux associated with these two surfaces should also be same, right? Now we can say the flux associated with this inclined surface should also be equal to phi equal to EA cos theta. Now we got the definition of the flux and formula of the flux. So let us make the statement more generalized. Let us draw this diagram again. This is the direction of electric field and this is the direction of area vector and this angle is theta. So here we can say the flux associated with this surface equal to EA cos theta, and we know E is a vector quantity, area vector is also vector quantity, and here the angle between these two vectors is theta. So we can write the electric flux as the scalar product, that is the dot product of the electric field vector and area vector. So we can write the equation phi equal to E dot A. Let us consider a curved surface as in non-uniform electric field. This surface S is placed in non-uniform electric field here. In this situation, we cannot calculate the electric flux by using the formula directly. We know the formula phi equal to E dot A. So here we can say this formula is not applicable directly, as the angle between the electric field vector and area vector is not constant throughout the surface. We can observe here. Let us take this patch here and draw the area vector dA1, and if we draw the tangent here to this electric field line, this is the electric field line. Similarly, let us take another patch, draw the same vectors, another patch, draw the same vector, and here also another patch, draw the same vectors. You can observe here the angle between the electric field vector and area vector at different point on the surface is not constant. So formula is not applicable directly. So here we left with the method, that is the method of integration. So let us do one thing. Let us consider one element and define the angle between the area vector and electric field. Let us define this element and write here this angle is theta. At this position, electric field E and area vector dA1 is making angle theta. So here we can define the flux for this element d phi equal to E dA cos theta, and total flux. What we do in the method of integration, we integrate over the limit. So here we integrate over the surface. So here we can write here phi equal to integration of d phi. So we need to place the integral sign on the both side like this. So this will define the total flux through this surface, correct? Now let us discuss the flux of a closed surface, and let us take some elements on the closed surface and define the area vector for this element as dA delta A, and electric field, this is in this direction, so we have drawn the electric field vector like this. So let us take one more element and here we can say this angle is theta and less than 90 degree. Let us take one more element here. You can observe here electric field vector E and area vector here is making angle 90 degree. Let us make one more element, electric field in the right direction, and area vector is perpendicular to this element. So delta A is here, this angle theta, and this angle is greater than 90 degree and less than 180 degree. Now consider the first element here. You can observe here the electric field lines are crossing the surface from inside to outside. You can say electric field lines are moving away from the surface. So we call this flux as a outward flux. And we know this theta is less than 90 degree, and we defined flux equal to EA cos theta, and theta is less than 90 degree, that means cos theta is positive. So this flux at this position should be positive, and what we call this flux as a outward flux. This is the outward flux. Come to second element. This is the second element here, and here electric field lines are grazing the surface. So flux here is 0 because cos 90 equal to 0. Now come to the third surface. The electric field lines are crossing the surface from outside to inside. That is incoming flux. So here we can observe here this angle greater than 90 degree and less than 180 degree. So flux here should be negative, and this is called the inward flux, that is the incoming flux. So from this diagram we can say outward flux is positive and inward flux is negative. Now write the formula for the flux. We can write the formula for the closed surface phi equal to integral E dot dA. And here you can observe we have used a special symbol here, and this symbol is called the closed surface integral. This is the closed surface integral. Now the net flux through the surface is proportional to the number of the electric field lines crossing the surface. If some lines are coming toward the surface, any closed surface, and some lines are moving away from the surface, so we can say that is the net field lines is the number of the lines leaving the surface minus number of the lines entering the surface. That is equal to difference of the outgoing and inward flux.
Dear aspirants, Cengage India has launched the new edition of our JEE Advanced Physics books. Please visit www.cengage.co.in to buy a copy. You can also buy the books from Amazon or Flipkart.